It is a big day because when you think about boxing, a lot is expected in the world of boxing today because the reigning World Boxing Council Super Bantamweight, that is Fatuma Zarika, she will be in action, and for her, she wants her to floor none other than Zambian Christian Firi, and the two will clash later on this evening. It is a fight that a lot of people are saying Fatuma Zarika, she is our very own, and she has what it takes to go out there and be able again to defend that title. Remember what transpired actually last time outing. She showed the world that she has what it takes to win that title, and again, she must defend that title. Will she have what it takes to do it? We will wait and see what exactly will transpire when that time comes. My name is Mombasa Road. Welcome. It is KTN's Call 9 as always, and today we will be discussing a lot in the world of boxing because in studio I also have another champion, and for her, she's a champion who's saying, I also have a title that I must defend. Remember last year, Judy Waguthi, you are able to win that World Boxing Council silver super lightweight crown. You have to defend that title. How have you been preparing yourself?
It has been tricky. Hello everyone. Nice to be here. Thank you, Moses, for the invitation. It has been tricky because when we won the belt, it was last year in May, and we have been waiting for something to happen. So up to now, it's when you are like, oh, we are running out of time. So it's now we are trying to come up with something, and we hope something will happen before the end of May, because I'm supposed to defend it before the end of May.
Fatuma Zarika is a champion that will be boxing tonight, but in studio I have a different champion altogether, Judy Waguthi, and also for her, she is a world champion, not a Kenyan champion, don't get that twisted. She is a world champion. She wants to defend a title, and she needs to defend that title by the end of May, failure to which this crown, this title will be subject to be taken away from her, and it will be said that it is a vacant silver super lightweight category. For her, her quest is simple: get some finances, go out there, do some boxing. She does it quite well, and that is why she's a world champion, and again, bring that pride to the country. The situation is not that appealing because for now, she lacks finances. Listen and also watch this story.
In May 2018, Judy Waguthi joined the list of female Kenyan boxers who have managed to edge their names into different titles in the square circle after defeating Briska Vicot from France to win the WBC Silver Female Super Lightweight title. 1 year down the line, Waguthi is faced with the situation where she might end up losing her title.
I'm in that situation, in that situation that I'm supposed to defend it by May. If it doesn't happen, and the belt will be vacant.
The 34-year-old mother of one says Kenyan promoters are yet to put up a bout that will see her stage her title defense.
And WBC, I think it's a bit expensive kusimamia. Juu lazima ulipie belt, lazima utafute kulipia opponent na timu yake na pia mimi. So I think promoters wameshindwa kuweka hilo pambano juu lack of sponsorship.
Waguthi is appealing to sponsors to come out to her aid as she seeks to take her next challenger.
The sad part, sijapata sponsorship. Nilikuwa nadhani tutapata, but imekuwa ngumu kupata. Na mtu wa kuweka hilo pambano imekuwa ngumu.
Her coach Ambrose Muga says the WBC Silver Lightweight champion is ready for any opponent that will be thrown away.
So ndo tumeanza mwezi moja so far inaelekea, na hopefully need another month ndaweze kuwa ready.
Her next fight should be staged before the end of May this year. The clock is ticking, and Judy Waguthi's title defense time is fading out, but she still hopes that tomorrow will give her another chance to defend a World Boxing Council Silver Champion title. Jeff Mogire, KTN News, Sport.
There is a lot of talks about what actually always happens when a champion goes out there, do duty to the country, at the same time come back in the country with that belt. We know that Fatuma Zarika will be going out there to test the waters, and for her, she again wants to defend that title that she has. And in studio, I have a lady who's also a world champion because she was able to win her title last year, and you also want to defend this title. But it has taken quite a number of months now. only 1 month to go, and you don't have a promoter, you don't have a fight on the cards. Why all this, Judy?
When I came back from Switzerland with the belt, I thought it will be easy. I thought like, now I'm a silver champion. Things will fall into place, but I think it has become actually harder than I thought. And we are living by hope. We are waiting to see. And the sad part is it's better to step in the ring and lose the fight to the best boxer, someone better than you, than being stripped. So that is the scary part, but we're just waiting.
What has been happening now from the time you won your fight, and actually you were able to beat Priska Vidcom? She's coming from France, had a very, very instrumental outing out there, and you bagged that title. Now it is 1 year. What has been happening from the time you won the belt to now that it is only 1 month before the WBC strips you that belt if you don't go to the ring? What has been happening for all that time?
Actually, in December, I had a fight in Belgium, but it was a world championship with a lightweight championship, #1 in the world. And the original opponent had a knee problem. So when they called in to step in, it was less than 3 weeks to the fight, and my manager was like, "Are you in for the fight?" I was like, "Nothing is happening at home. Let me see. Maybe I'll even add more collection to what I have." But the fight didn't go we didn't get what we expected. So then we came back to the drawing board, and we're hoping something might happen. It was a tough fight, actually. It was the toughest fight in my career in December, because I lost the fight. And I just came back, went back to the gym. Now what you saw on TV, it's me with my power training and cardio coach. I have a training coach. He's called Sami Magima. I actually train with the Difaba. And it has been good. We are back on the training camp. We are training. We were like, let's just train and wait for something. Something might happen, might pop up. So we're just in the training camp, getting ready for something to happen.
For a person who knows actually what you were able to do while you won this title, you actually won with 100 points against 92 points. That tells anybody who loves boxing that you had a very, very sweet outing.
Yeah.
1 year down the line, nobody has shown interest to support you and make you defend this title. Have you been knocking to some doors that are yet to be opened, or you're just waiting while training?
The sad part, okay, we expected like someone will come and hold my hand, we walk together. That was what we were hoping for, because to knock, you can't just knock to someone. You can't just go to places. You go, you are like, come tomorrow, something will happen, we'll get back to you. We are waiting. After what I did, I was like, the next thing that can happen is someone to approach us, because I did my part. I came with something back home, so I was expecting it will be smooth. Which almost 1 year later, nothing has happened. Yeah.
You are a champion,
a silver champion. Actually.
A silver champion, actually, and a lot of people need to take this with a lot of seriousness. But who is failing who? Are you the one who's failing yourself, or do you think that maybe the government or even the Boxing Federation Association, Boxing Commission in the country needs to do something to make boxers, not only you, boxers who go out there, represent the country well, win belts, come here, at least they'll have something to say, I can have the finances and the chance to go out there and defend my title?
For starters, I would start with the government. Professional boxing, it's a career. Yes, it's a profession, but in the government, we are not in the system. Professional boxing, it's not in the Kenyan government system. When I came with the belt, I went to the Minister of Sports back then. He promised so many things. I was supposed to have a rematch with Priska Vidcom in November, but they withdrew. And the minister promised me many things. On top of that, he was supposed to give me a token, which I followed it up. I never got it, and then I just lost hope. And I think the government have not.
At that time, we're talking about
last year. Yeah, Hecheza in
I know the PS might be watching this, and this is a conversation that I'll personally pick with him.
Yeah.
So you're saying the government promised under the leadership of. What exactly was the promise, if you don't mind sharing to the viewers?
When we went to his office, okay, he was supposed to to pay for my training camp to take me to Cuba. And before we left the office, he told his PS, Mr. Kabiria, like, give Judy Waguthi 200 token to appreciate her. Of which
200 shillings,
200,000 Kenya shillings, of which me and my manager, we thought it's something we were going with it home. And then it was like, the PS will get back with the accountant and they'll get back to you. So I followed it up for a month. Then my manager was like, no, just leave it there. It's them, actually, they promised. It's not something we asked for, so we just left it there. And when you look at someone like Catherine Phiri, the government is backing her up. There is another lady I was supposed to fight with from Malawi, Anisha. That fight was supposed to happen under SportPesa promotion, the first promotion, but it never went through. But when you look at Anisha, she has a small belt, but the way she's appreciated and recognized, you just feel discouraged by our people. You feel like being left out, like you have achieved it, but no one is there to back you up. No one is there to support you. So it's a bit sad. It's a bit heartening, yeah, I would say.
Do you think that maybe in your own ways, what do you expect, or what would you have expected from the government? Because I know, yes, you are a world champion and people are treated differently outside the world. You're talking about the fight that Zarika will be having with Phiri later today. At least that is a corporate brand out there that has gone out and they've been able to set that fight.
That's
do you think more people need to do this, or the government needs to chip in from where you are, because you're not a happy world champion for that matter?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I would say before the corporate coming on board, what SportPesa have done for Zarika is great, because if it wasn't for SportPesa, that belt by now it would be gone. She will be a former boxer without a former champion without defending the belt. But for the corporates to come in, I think also the government need to step up. They promised us so many things, but you're yet to see them. And beyond zero, I saw the president talking, and he was like, this year he will do something for the sports. And I'm like, I'm appealing to Kenyans, I'm appealing to him, do something for me. That's what I can say.
Maybe, you know, another person might argue that maybe you would have done more than just wait for someone to walk all that time with you.
Yeah.
Or what do you think?
I think we were
because
just...
I know the government is failing us.
Yeah.
The government is failing quite a number of boxers and a lot of sportsmen and women.
Yeah.
But what should we expect from the sportsmen and women? I know you've gone out there, you've done duty, you've shown the world that you can conquer the world, you can beat other opponents. Does it end there?
I think also the corporates, they need to have mercy on us, because the government is doing nothing. So it's the world of the corporates to come and rescue sports people. In Kenya, we are blessed. We have so many people with talent, not just runners, not just footballers. We have so many talents. So we just need to be nurtured, to be taken care of, and we would go far. That's what I can say.
And if you're thinking about this belt here, yes, it is the World Boxing Council Silver Super Lightweight Champion, and she is the lady who won this title. And if she does not fight by the end of May, then she will be stripped of this belt. So sad, because I know we have quite a number of boxers in the world, quite a number of boxers also here in the country, but they don't get a lot of support, the support that some of them deserve. I know we can talk about what do you have to show us that you can go out and box. She's a world champion. She's shown us she can go out there and win a title, but you're talking about 1 month without having a person to aid her in coming out and organizing a fight. So sad. What are the promoters doing? If at all you had a promoter and you're willing to have a different promoter, because they must be doing something to make sure that you defend this title.
We have so many promoters, but the problem is the finance. You know, they can't do it alone. And for WBC, as I was saying there earlier, it's a bit tricky. With the budget is a bit high. So you have to, a promoter has to have sponsor. So that's what have been the main setback, because so many people want to put up the fight, but when they look at the budget, they are like, it's way too expensive for us. Because last month I met this guy from Parrot Entertainment, and he was like, this is sad, I think we should do something. He started to try to make it work, but along the way it was so expensive. He was like, we postponed it, so we are still waiting, maybe something will happen. Also, Saga Promotion, they're trying to do something. People are trying to do something. The main problem is the finance, the funds.
Finances.
Yeah.
Finances being a big issue. But for her, she continues the training and she trains hard. And she knows that maybe in 1 month's time, she will be able to get someone at least to come out and say, we have these finances and we're ready and willing to set about for you to be able to defend this Boxing Council Silver Super Lightweight crown. Not that easy, but she has a host of people who are helping her train. But Ambrose on his side, who just ensures that she's powerful, at the same time ensures that all the cardio that she's supposed to burn, at the same time all the calories she's supposed to burn, and what she's supposed to do to be able to get the mass weight and to be able to be in the good mindset. They're at least trying, and for them they believe if she is given an opportunity, then she will go out there and she will be able to defend this title.
Mimi ndo trainer Judy, strength and conditioning. So ndo tumeanza mwezi moja so far inaelekea. Na hopefully na need another month ndaweze kuwa ready. So na hope na tunaendelea vizuri. Difikalo Aprili itakuwa sawa.
It's just hope and more hope. Yeah. From where you're sitting, what needs to be done? Because it's only 1 month before someone comes out there and say, I have this champion, and this champion needs to go out there and box and defend the title.
At the moment, I guess I need a miracle. There's someone to come and rescue the belt. Yeah, we are ready to fight. We are ready to put it on the table. Actually, there is a boxer by name Sarah Cheng. She's fighting tonight under SportPesa promotion. And she was challenging me for the fight. I'm like, actually, I don't need to get an opponent abroad. There is a local boxer here. So it's about paying the sanction fee and paying us the pass we would request, and we are ready for the fight. Approximately
how much are we talking about? Because I know maybe some other people are saying, maybe have the finances that can go out there and help set a fight. To be able to set that fight and to be able to give you a reason to smile. What are some of the figures that maybe you don't know who's watching, you never know?
Maybe 3M. We go it on a low budget. I think 3 million plus the undercards, I think we would have the fight.
And a lot of people are out there who have that money, and maybe you think about the number of corruption cases that we're having here in the country, some 3 million could get to be utilized in a proper way. Well, let's digress a little bit from this conversation. We will continue to talk with Waguthi about what exactly the government needs to do, because she only has 1 month for her to be able to go out there and defend her crown, only if she will be able to get an opportunity. And a person who she will say, this is a person who is aiding me out, setting out about which she promises she will be able to defend her World Boxing Council Silver Super Lightweight crown. Let's talk about Harambee Stars a little bit. We know for Harambee Stars, they are out of the nation, and for them, they're out there to do some duty for the country. AFCON 2019 is their mission. They have already qualified, but the question is, will they be able to finish up on that log, being the top of their group, or will it be Ghana who will take that lead? We know that that answer, we will get it in black and white after the official tie, where the Black Stars of Ghana will be able to host the Harambee Stars. Not that easy for Sebastian Minye and his coaching staff, but they have the arsenal, they have the machinery, they have the players, and they believe even if Michael Olunga is not in the party, all these full soldiers are out, ready and very eager to star and beat the Black Stars.
And it's a pleasure. When you're a football professional player, you want to become professional because you want to play this kind of game. And we are already qualified. It will be interesting for me to have some answer as a friendly games, you know. I'm just a little bit disappointed because I led some Olympic players with Olympic team and they lost yesterday.
Tunajua bado team iko na pressure. Unajua we have to continue where we left, and tulikuwa tumecheza poa, so we have to continue with the winning streak. So we know Ghana is a good side, and we take it as one of the best teams in the tournament. So we want to go there and gauge ourselves.
I know there is a lot of talks about what this Harambee Stars is supposed to bring on the table, and those talks actually, we will see if positive results will be what they will be able to bring back in the country. Their quest is very simple: go out there, at least get a draw. A draw will be enough for them to be able to top that log. At the same time, maybe, and just maybe, if they will be able to go out there and be able to secure that 3 points, it will be an important 3 points for the entire nation. You think about what the senior team is doing. You also have the emerging stars, under 23. And for them, the under 23, they did not have the best of outings while they were in Sudan, but they are back in the country and they need to play in the return fixture on Tuesday. For them, Kimanzi is their man in charge, and they believe that they have the machinery, the arsenal, and also maybe the tides will go their way and the fortunes will flow their way, and they might be able to bag that game that is set for Tuesday this coming week.
As players, tuko strong. Tuna expect kila player, my fellow players wako ready to push on Tuesday to sure tutapata win.
I believe if you work as a team together, hakuna kitu yenye tatusimamisha kuchukua hizo point. We believe hapa home tutapata mabao mingi tukiwork hard na kushikana pamoja, hiyo unity tu, kila kitu itakuwa poa.
Did our best. We don't think that there is any need to panic. We still have another chance for 90 minutes on Tuesday, and depending on the quality of the opponent, there is a huge possibility that if we behave better, we can have it.
It's always important to nurture that young talent and of key interest. That is what the Football Federation is trying to do in black and white. The question is, will these under-23 boys have what it takes actually to get that sweet victory? It will be if and only if they win that tie on Tuesday. You talk about winning. We also have another person who was able to be crowned victorious during the Kenya Rugby Union election, and that is none other than Gangla, who is the new man in charge of the Kenya Rugby Union. We know there has been a lot of issues to do with finances. At the same time, there has been a lot of issues to do with that debacle between the Kenya Rugby Union board at the same time with the sevens of players. With Gangla, will that issue be solved? The question that a lot of people are waiting to see if and only if we will be able to get that answer from the new Kenya Rugby Union boss.
The Kenya Rugby Union has seemingly maintained the status quo as the Union Secretary General Geoffrey Odor Gangla is handed the mantle to light the way for the rugby fraternity. Gangla, who garnered 33 votes, beating his close competitor Sasha Mutai with just 13 votes, has a lot to ponder. Among the issues awaiting Gangla include an ending wrangles at KRU, lack of steady sponsorship, improving women's rugby, doing away with cartels, providing support for local clubs, increasing tournaments, and widening the scope of competition. However, Gangla believes the union has finally found what it has been looking for all these years.
And I think if we show people a path, everyone wants to follow a particular path and be proud to be associated with a particular federation. The fact that we've even come up with some of these structures to address some of our legacy problems, those are the ways in which you start to bring confidence.
On the other hand, the former KRU Vice Chairman Sasha Mutai has conceded defeat and looks forward to a rejuvenated rugby union.
Rugby needs a lot of help. And right now, from the directors and the board that's in there, it looks like there's no change. It's a status quo. So let's see what happens. But I'll always help on an individual basis on however much I can.
All said and done, Gangla, the guru who has successfully found his way into the KRU hierarchy of leadership and now the chairman-elect, has a lot to prove than just promises.
There is a lot of issues in that Kenya Rugby Union board, and a bigger amount of issues always go the financial way, because a lot of people are talking about what actually needs to be done. And when you think what needs to be done, I know Gangla will have a very, very huge task to make sure that the senior players are back on the ground. They've been missing in action all these years, and the Kenyan Sevens team have not been getting that positive results. It has been a nightmarish kind of affair for them, but they remain optimistic that maybe under the new leaderships, things will be different and we will be able to see the senior players are going to the next rounds of the HSBC World Sevens Series. Yes, they need to go out there, but there's also another team outside the country, and that is the Kenya Volleyball Prisons team. And for them, it was also another mess. The ministry saying that we have a team outside the country and they know nothing about. So this team had to be recalled back to the country. Not very, very pretty of a news, because they were out of the country illegally. But the ladies are back in the country, and for them, they are saying the mission is still very, very simple. They will go play back to the league, and they don't know what exactly will transpire from the ministry, if and only if they will be able to issue a statement or punish some people who made this team go out of the country illegally.
Na hapo ndio itakuwa ni kuendelea, sababu from there kuna mambo ya club championship tena mpaka next year ndio utakuwa na mashindano ya club.
Tunarudi tu mazoezi, tunaendelea na league. Ama tunangojea venye tutaambiwa.
That is actually the ministry sent. You've heard what their practice is saying. We will wait and hear what we will be told. But the State of Department said that for Correctional Department, that neither they did not clear that team or finance them to go outside the country. So it was all about a breach of protocol, something that maybe they will be able to follow up. Remember, this prison team was expected to play against USFA of Burundi in the classification matches, a match that they did not honor. So you again don't know what we should expect from the Confederation of African Volleyball. Maybe a sanction will come. Maybe there will be a hefty penalty that this prisons team will have to pay. We will take a short commercial break, but when we come back, we will continue to have this boxing discussion with the champion who's in studio. For her, again, it is issues to do with getting money. It is issues to do with setting that bout. She wants to defend this world crown, and she believes if and only if